Alright. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about another topic here. I don't know if anybody else heard it, but it's been kind of streaming around the internet for a little while. It was on American Airline. And now this right here, it kind of pulled my goat. You know, it kind of pissed me off because I've been in the airline and I was in the airline industry for a very long time, very, very, very long time. So the story was, and I was telling my homegirl over here, on American Airline from Phoenix to JFK, it was 8 male black passengers not flying together. They were not traveling together, sitting in different parts of the airplane, and the flight attendant felt comfortable enough to ask them to disembark the airplane. And now I am gonna go to Miss Danita.
They got kicked off the plane because they smelled, right?
Girl, yes.
I don't know, man. I don't know. You know you coming out the house. I mean, what they smell? Did they smell like the loud? What was the smell? What was the odor? Was they just smoking weed? I seen one of them brothers. Mm-hmm. His lips was black. He looked like he smelled weed. Maybe he smelled like weed. Maybe he smelled like kush. I don't know. But have you smelled a funky person before? Where was he from? I'm not trying to call out no names or no countries, but I'm just saying.
I don't know. But how do you...
Allspice ain't allspice. I'm just saying. I better go to private land.
In the corner, okay? In the corner. Well, how do you make that judgment call?
If I walk past you and you stink, you gotta go. Or either go in the bathroom and watch. What was smelling? Was they clothes? I saw them.
Yeah.
I saw them.
And
y'all.
what did they look like? Did they look like they had low BO? Okay. But
I don't know, but they let them back on the plane though.
Which is even worse. After you just escorted me off the aircraft,
I would've got off.
Stating that I smell bad, now I have to walk through the aircraft with my funky odor. So I don't know which one is better.
They said they was embarrassed. I would have set my funky ass like, boy, I'm about to get paid.
Yeah, I would have set my butt right there. I'm sorry.
I would have sat up and I'd have been like, I'm getting paid.
Yeah. There's no way.
I wouldn't have cared. They'd have stayed at me all day. I'd be like, I just called the lawyer. I'd have started taking pictures.
They would have had to get security to get me off that airplane.
I would have got up.
There's no way I would have gotten up. And how do you know it's me? That's the question I would like to know. How are you targeting me? We're not sitting together. We're all in separate areas of the aircraft. I feel targeted.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
First of all, it's so many different reasons why that person could have smelled the way they smelled. They could have had a colostomy bag. They have no control over that. No control. True. They could have been traveling for over 24 hours. Old Spice don't last all the time. You know, it could be what they eat. It could be the smell coming off their pores. It could be medication. It could be several reasons why this person has this odor coming off of them. How dare you come and approach me?
You gotta receive. If somebody smells that bad, you gotta receive. You can't throw them off the plane. I wouldn't have got the plane. I'd have been like, just.
If there is nowhere to reseat you, sir, I am very sorry that this is happening. And if you want to pursue with this, then you feel free to let that passenger know that. Do you have an extra shirt that you may pass on to him? You could offer him a shirt. You could offer him to go in the laboratory and wipe himself off. There's so many ways you could have went around there, and the easiest way you could have handled that is to simply say to that passenger that complained about that other individual's body odor, if it's that offensive to you, then you're more than welcome to say something to him.
Even a bird dog gotta take bird baths. You know when you smell. If you ain't fresh, take your behind in the laboratory and wash. It's water. You get some wipes. Listen, They got what's that little? Because I don't use them the antibiotics thing. I don't use that hand sanitizer. They got hand sanitizer. Get yourself fresh. You can. Them seats are small. You can't be dried up in these seats and they smell it. Listen. This story. When you told me the story, I said, "Wait a minute. Now, where was they from?" Not judging, but I'm just saying. We all don't have the same odor. Maybe you should be on a different plane altogether. It should be a plane where people just think. Just hear the stinky people on this plane and the people smell fresh on this plane. This way you won't have this problem. And there you have it, folks.
And this is the complaint department, folks. This is where the complaints come to live. Live complaints, live. Okay, so basically,
I want to follow him on my social media because I don't care if he's stinky. He better get paid. I'm with Stinky right now, okay?
Tag me in. Funky number one.
My friend Funky over here. Yeah.
Please offend me.
Take
me out.
Me. Yeah, he's stink though. It's all right though. We going out over here.
Okay, in other words, let me bring your funky butt over here. But at the end of the day, American Airlines is wrong. Okay, if there is a definition of wrong, that is American Airlines. Yes. How did you even? I want to know, how did that flight attendant even fix his lips to even have that conversation?
How all 8 of y'all smell though? What's the likelihood of all 8 brothers were smelling?
Yeah, in different parts of the airplane.
Maybe he don't like the smell of dark meat.
It could be that.
I'm back in the corner frying plan, y'all.
You better get back. You better get back.
I don't like dark meat.
Well, I guess she said.
Yeah,
she said she wasn't liking that dark meat. She was
don't
like,
see that.
I'm glad y'all ain't gonna see that because I'm over.
They was not feeling them. That don't group of
Shout out to
guys.
Priyanka. We're gonna give a quick shout out to Priyanka. We don't know where she is, but we just make sure. I just hope she's okay.
Priyanka's good.
She's amazing.
She is. She is the best. We love Priyanka.
I love Priyanka.
Yeah. So with that whole situation on American Airlines, I definitely believe that these 8 gentlemen have a very good lawsuit. I hope they get themselves a good lawyer, and I hope they get their own plane out of this situation so they can fly their funky behinds all over the world, wherever they like to go, in the peace and mind of their funky drawers. Because that was just wrong on every level, flight attendant on American Airlines, and I hope you guys get and deserve everything that's coming to you, and that is coming from the complaint department, because we are disgusted. Right?
So what happens now? Do people just start protesting American Airlines? Because black folks ain't giving up them tickets that fast.
Girl, no, not for them prices. First of all, American Airlines is retardedly expensive. So once you purchase them tickets, you do not want a coupon. I'm going to go ahead and keep my ticket real quickly. But y'all go ahead and do that lawsuit, and I'm going to be right here.
What's the damage control? What does American Airlines have to do?
The flight attendant that did ask the gentleman to get off the plane, he is on unpaid leave. So that's that.
Job, though.
So he ain't gonna lose his job because his union is not gonna allow
so
that. And if he was doing Phoenix JFK, that flight attendant season, honey, they're gonna have to blow him out of here. Okay, if he is holding Phoenix JFK, that's transcon. That is 11 hours of flying in one trip. You know how much money that is? So that is a seasoned flight attendant. That flight attendant has at least anywhere between 15 to 20 years under his belt. They're not getting him out like that.
Yeah, so they just set him in the corner.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the corner flying prime class.
Yes,
so maybe a little people will be some popping real good. And be like,
oh,
that hurt.
I mean, I didn't. Who was the guy here? Younger guy, older guy? Like
he looked like he was the flight attendant. Looked like he was a little, it was, he was a flight attendant.
We're gonna leave that comment right there. Flight attendant. I'd elaborate, but I'm gonna let it go.
Okay, he was a stew. You know they call it stews.
It's good. I mean, maybe he just felt that they weren't. I mean, I saw
it wasn't working with his nose hairs. Okay, it was curling though, so he was just like, oh no, come on, y'all.
I mean, I worked at a company once, and on the other side of the aisle, the whole aisle was, because my homegirl in the back, yo. And the whole aisle had bed bugs. And the lady had to come on the other side and talk to me. And she would always come scratching. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? You was always scratching. What's going on? And she said, I don't know what's going on. And she said, everyone is scratching. I said, the whole row scratching? And she said, yeah. And the word came out that somebody had bed bugs. The following week, Roscoe the dog was every Friday, y'all. Every Friday. I said, hey, Roscoe. And it looked just like the Roscoe dog in the commercial. Y'all know me lying, y'all. I'm not even lying, y'all. And I use this to my advantage.
Stop. I got tears. Stop. I got tears.
I am not coming to work.
Roscoe.
Because y'all got bed bugs.
Hey, Roscoe.
But I was talking to Roscoe all the time. And I paused. I said, wait a minute. Roscoe here for the bed bugs. I don't want to bring them home with me.
I'm going to need not to come back here.
So I stayed home. I worked from home. That was my excuse. I'm not going back in the office. I got bed bugs.
No. Ugh.
Enough of that one.
Yeah.
But everybody's different. So, I mean, this is a global world now, a global economy, global business. You're going to run into some people that don't look good,
you
don't
gotta be
smell
more culturally inviting.
acceptable. But if you stink, don't sit your behind next to me on the plane. That's all I ask.
You know, if you've been traveling all day and your pits smell like garlic and onions, it's okay to sit next to me on the plane. I won't tolerate it. Okay?
I'm not
because I am here.
At these airline prices, I'm not tolerating.
So you want them to take a quick shower prior to getting on the plane?
I want you to reseat them next to her because she's tolerating the funk.
I am here for the culture.
I don't want to smell. I want to smell flowers.
I am here.
I want to smell clouds. That's it.
Well then, no.
Just clouds.
I am here for the aroma of the world. I am here for it. Okay.
Oh, you alone?
No.
Yes, I used to do the Newark San Fran every Monday. Every Sunday morning
So you trying to say
until
Newark
Monday. Baby. Okay, we all knew that plane was gonna be funky. Okay,
And
you got off because it was the group of people we were transporting. We were leaving at 6:00 in the morning, so you got all those international flights are coming.
Oh, okay.
And now they're all trying to get to the West Coast. So now they've been flying for 24 hours prior, leaving their hot, sweaty country, or they just running through the airport in Europe, or wherever they're coming from. So it's gonna be some point that person's gonna be a little pungent.
They should be
and you have to expect. You have to respect and accept other people's cultures. There's places where people think Americans don't smell good because we wear too much perfume, we wear too much cologne. There's a lot of cultures that does not care for that. So to me, body odor is different for each individual. Because somebody could be walking around smelling like boo-boo all day, and then here's this person that comes with this Givenchy perfume cologne on and gives you a migraine that you can't figure out where it came from. So to me, a lot of when it comes to body odor, fragrances, it's to the individual. You have no right as a worker in a company to come to that passenger, especially when you are targeting a group that all look alike, to escort them off that aircraft. Okay, you cross that line.
I'm gonna take it a step further because there was a report a few years back when there was a white couple taken off the plane because they smelled.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because that they were black men taken off the plane?
No, it's because to me, if they were not sitting together, it would have been one thing.
Okay.
If it was a cluster, then you could say yes. So when you was walking around and just smelling little pockets of people, like that's
that
what
don't mean don't smell good.
Yeah.
That don't mean don't
Yeah,
smell
that's
good.
what confuses me.
Okay.
And it's a humanitarian thing because now you're embarrassing this individual where it could be a cultural thing. There's times with certain people in their religion where they don't bathe for certain days. You know, so
that is true.
Yeah, so right there, you are just
how dare you
demolishing this person. Like, how dare you? And if you work in customer service, then you should be able to deal with everything that comes along with customer service. If a passenger came to you and complained about that individual, you as that customer service rep, you should be able to defuse that situation.
I agree, and also now you'll see employers are asking employees not to wear perfume.
Yes, because it's offensive.
People. So with that being said, we know that odors bother people. So if you're going to get on a plane and you don't smell fresh, and somebody says you don't smell fresh, granted, I don't think they should have got on a plane. Maybe
they should not.
Maybe you could have sat all the 8 funky people in one area
section,
of the plane.
Yeah. Or maybe how about you say to whoever came to that complaint, because I've done it before, feel free to speak to that individual. And generally when you tell people that, they back up. Because they know they're not brave enough to go to that person and say, hey, by the way, buddy, I smell you.
I would have just round up all 8 people and just put them and say,
I
all y'all sit
would
here.
not have touched that with a 10-foot pole.
Funky section over here.
No.
Make a whole section for funky people.
No.
That's how you solve that. That's it. Simple.
No. That's just inappropriate and it's just totally wrong. And boo-hoo for you. Boo American Airlines for making that horrible decision to humiliate a group of people like that. Boo-hoo. And I have no respect for them for that.
Again, this was tough for me because if you stink,
You stink.
I would have just reseated them. I would have taken them off there. So I'm going to have to say shame on
Suppose it was
American
a whole
Airlines.
flight.
Then I would have just rearranged seats. You got to sit over here with these people because they smell fresh, and you got to sit over here with these people because y'all don't. This is the way you got to do it. There's no gray area with this stinking thing. Either stink or you don't. But if you know you're going to be on a long flight, you got to prepare yourself and bring the right things to make sure you stay fresh. It's up to you to make sure that nobody should be responsible for your personal hygiene. That's your responsibility.
It is.
You are grown. We're all grown. You got money on a plane, then you got money going. Get stuff to keep yourself fresh and clean. The last 3 years we had COVID. What's wrong with you people? I'm going to go on the fry plane. You go, girl.
But I don't think, I don't know. Like I said, when it comes to hygiene and BO, there's so many different things that could come along with that. And to me, as an employee, as a customer service rep, that's when your level of discretion should be coming in. That's when you discreetly handle that situation.
Walk up with some soap and water. Here, I'm going to need you to
I've
do
had
this.
passengers that came on that didn't smell
Now.
too pleasing, you know what I did? I went over to them and I kindly said to them, you seem like you've been traveling all day. You know, here's
Miss Politically
yeah,
correct.
no, I'll get a towel from first class and I'll give it to them and say, you know, feel free to go. I got this from first class for you. And just go to the bathroom, freshen up a little bit. And if I have an extra T-shirt, I'll, give it to that
That's
person.
really nice.
Yeah, because people have been traveling for a very long time. You're exhausted. You've been carrying your bags. You got your kids with you. I'm sorry. By the end of the day, I might smell a little bit like crotch. I don't know what to tell
Well,
you.
how come American Airlines doesn't account? They got these new.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that word, but y'all get what I'm saying.
They got these new things out now. You put some water on them, and it's a whole wash up. The American Airlines can just make that available to people, knowing that they got people that's traveling for a long period of time who can't freshen up. So I'm gonna hold American Airlines accountable because the price of those tickets, they should make it a little bit more comfortable for people traveling.
Yeah.
You know people gonna be in your plane for hours.
Yeah.
You know people gonna stink from different areas. They got different areas smelling. Because I ask people all day long from Africa, what does it smell like when you come here to America? Because Africa doesn't smell. My girl went to Africa. She didn't smell like.
Oh my God, no! I'm gonna take that back because I've been to Africa quite a few
I love
times,
Africa.
and I've been to quite a few different parts of Africa, and I'm gonna totally disagree with that.
She said elephant doodoo to be exact.
Well, it depends on what part. If you're going anywhere, like if you're going to the Caribbean, if you're going to the countryside, there's going to be parts where you're going to smell car manure. If that's the case, a lot of times when you go into a lot of Latin American countries, and you see a lot of Latin American countries, when I'm talking about when you're going out far, like when you're
rice and beans.
when you're going,
no.
when you're going to like Lima, when you're going to like Leon, Mexico, when you are landing in these places, all you smell is burning because they burn their garbage. So you smell it like so you go into Mexico City, so when you do go to Africa and places like that, a lot of times there's cattle in the street because people are farmers or merchants and that's how they get their produce to where they need to go. So you're gonna have that smell, and that's an earthly smell. It's not a poop smell. It's an earthly smell because a lot of the food, the vegetation that these animals are eating is going right back into the dirt. So I don't agree with that. That Africa smells bad.
No, I'm saying my girl. But when you came to America, what was the smell in America? The smell like street?
So I mean, to me, a lot of things come with culture, and if you don't respect other people's culture, it's always going to be a problem. It doesn't matter what culture it is, what nationality it is. Culture is a big thing, and when we go to other people's land, you just gotta be respectful. That's it.
Right. So if you traveling and it's not your culture to wash your behind, then you better get it together.
Everyone, and we just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone who is supporting the complaint department, because that's what we come do. We complain here. Sometimes you're gonna like what we have to say, and sometimes you're not gonna like what we have to say. But nonetheless, you're gonna listen to what we have to say. So we just want to say welcome to the complaint department. And this is Pride Month here in New York. Pride Month around the world. But this weekend here is when we do celebrate Pride Month in New York City. This is the weekend where we have our parade and everyone comes out and go to Stonewall and celebrate. So one of the few people that I would like to honor today is Pete Buttigieg. I hope I'm saying his name right.
Pete Buttigieg.
Buttigieg, yeah. And he's part of the Biden party. He's a Democrat for the infrastructure of our country, building the bridges. So I just wanted to give a shout out to him because it was hard for him to come out in Congress and to be accepted. And also, I'd like to shout out Miss Robin Roberts from Good Morning America. Her and her partner got married earlier this year, so I'm wishing them a happy Pride as well. And then also our local weatherman in the morning, Mr. Sam Champion, him and his partner celebrated this year as well. And his partner had a structure that was built out here in New York City during the pandemic. So I just like to give all to our local people and my partner over here in crime, Miss Danita, sitting at the corner. Here she is.
I had a great time. This was great. Everything was just spectacular. I wish we had some food here, but I worked it out. And I mean, I'm happy. I mean, it's June, 6 months, and this chapter of this book we call Life.
Mm-hmm.
And we just chopping up right now, talking about everything. We need to do this all the time. I had a great time. Shout out to everybody that came through.
Thank you.
Nice night. We got Pride now.
Yes.
And what else is left? Let's see.
This was it, and let me tell you, when you're having a good time, you don't realize how fast the time goes. So we're going to have a little party of music. I guess it's going to be back to my DMX, okay? Mm-hmm. Mind your business, lady, because this is the podcast that doesn't like a whole lot of stuff. So I'm going to roll out with a little DMX, mind your business, lady. Enjoy.
Yes, and top of the evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Danita Michelle. Follow me on Instagram.
Yes.
DONITA Michelle 1. Thank you. Oh, and I got a show. Did I put that in there too?
Yes.
I got a show coming up July 18th at Comedy in Harlem, July 20th at the Green Room in Brooklyn for a Rogers Avenue. Come through and check me out, y'all. It's going to be a spectacular event. And Priyanka coming to check me out too. Priyanka!
And we're in H-House Studios.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
H-House. Shout out to H-House. This is a dope place.
Yes, I enjoy H-House Studio. And let me tell you, Mr. H over here, he did his thing.
Damn, thank you.
It felt, you know what, Mr. H, 2 thumbs up to you. I appreciate you.
Lovely place.
Come get in the shine. Let the people see who you are. Unless you don't want to be part of the complaint department, I totally understand, But if you don't want to be part of the complaint department, yes, this is Mr. H. Yes, hey, thank you. Yeah. All right, bye everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I like that.